Cochran, Omar, and Jalen Royals. But Cochran and Omar are doing a good job. They're all doing a good job, but they're probably a little closer than Jalen is. Always a tough day as we go forward through today. We haven't officially done anything, so I can't answer any questions on who's here and who's not. But Veach will get you all that going forward. So you can hold off on those, on the questions of who's making it and who's not making it. But other than that, we look forward to the challenge coming up here to play the Chargers. We know they're a good football team, and it'll be a little different setting being in Brazil, but we look forward to heading south there to Brazil. So anyways, with that, time's yours.
Without getting into the who's here, who's not here, how do you handle a practice on a day like this when you're practicing right before the deadline?
Yeah, you'll see it out there, part of it at least. We go about it. How's that for an answer? We'll have a good one today.
Andy, when you went back and watched the film of the preseason game, what stood out about the offensive line as a group?
Yeah, Sam, I thought they did a good job. I thought they what I think is a pretty solid defensive line, defensive front. I thought they held their own. They blitzed a little bit, so it gave you an idea versus a blitz. They were able to handle that pretty good and going in the right direction in the run game, so on. But I thought overall, they did a pretty nice job after looking at it.
How forward of an outing do you find it for Kingsley? Kind of settled in, it seemed like, in that one.
Yeah, I just think the more he's able to, play next to Josh, I think is important. There's got to be communication there. And so Josh is new, and Kingsley knows all the stuff. It's just making sure that his partner, sidekicks, got it, and then, Creed inside working with Creed, and Creed making his call. So you're kind of in the middle of those three when you're sitting in that spot, and you got to be able to listen a little bit, and at the same time be able to make your own calls. But I thought he did good. I think the more reps he gets in there, it's the better he'll get.
Just a thought on bringing Derek Nottie back.
Yeah, I think just good inside player, and you can't really have enough of those guys. I mean, he knows the system, so getting back in there, I think, is a positive. And Brett, we're always a little heavy on O-line and D-line. I mean, that's normally just to make sure we've got those areas filled.
Hey Andy, I just wondered, it seems like a lot of rookies have been productive for you guys. A lot of that goes back to the front office and scouting and things like that. You've been a lot of places. What do you think makes this place unique when it comes to just scouting guys, figuring out who's going to be on the roster, potentially getting new guys in the building that are going to help you?
Yeah, well, I think Brett's, in my mind, he's the best in the business. I think you ask around the league and you probably get a lot of yes, that he's really good at what he does. And I think the best thing he does, he communicates with everybody. Not only does he have a good eye for talent, but then he talks to the coaches. He utilizes his staff and trusts them, and you end up with a product there. He has to make that final decision, but it's still he's using people and making sure he covers all the bases that way.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Okay.
The season opener. How do you feel about the wide receiver group?
Man, like I said, we got a really good group. I'm excited just to get the season going. I mean, it's another season, year 2, big year for me.
We got to see the first team offense for a little bit longer than last preseason game. How do you think it went for that group?
I think we came out with a lot of excitement. I feel like that's just kind of been the morale of the group. Everybody came out juiced, ready. I feel like we didn't want to come out, so we was having so much fun. But I mean, I feel like that's just kind of our core right now. Our Coach Reid says all the time, let your personality show, and I feel like we're letting that happen.
That 58-yard pass to Tyquan Thornton, I mean, obviously explosive deep down the field play. How much of that is sort of like a preview of what's to come for this offense?
Man, that's something we were doing all camp. That's what we worked on, and that's kind of didn't surprise me. It happened in the game. Taquan's been catching those all camp, and he's really been showing up. So I mean, this just shows the work we've been putting in.
How much is having somebody like that, because you're the typically downfield guy, having somebody else who can do that open things up for you to maybe even do some stuff underneath?
Man, I feel like anybody could do that in the room right now. I mean, Rasheed could go do that. So I mean, that just shows like the camaraderie and what we got going on in the room. Everybody could go make a play at any moment, so they have to respect everybody on the field.
Just in general, what can the speed of all you guys maybe mean for what this offense can be in 25?
I feel like it could open a lot of things up. I mean, we got Trav running all the underneath routes, whatever he needs to run, and we got guys like me, Hollywood, Rasheed, Taekwon to take the top off. We got the intermediate game. We got just like you have to play the whole field with all of us on the field.
Xavier, we see all that social media posts with you and Rasheed and Hollywood in the same photo. But I don't think you played a snap on the field together, have you?
Nope.
Nah. But maybe I think we did one.
Maybe one in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what is that going to mean if you guys all get on the field together and kind of show what you guys can do all together?
I feel like a lot of what you've seen this past weekend, guys just out there having fun, making plays.
Seems like a lot of you guys had a good camp, good preseason. How confident is this team kind of going into the season?
Man, I feel like things didn't end how we wanted to last year, and I feel like guys like Chris said it well in the locker room. Like, how are you going to get better? How are you going to adapt and thrive off the situation? Are you going to come back better? Or are you going to come back still soggy and mad that you lost? So I feel like a lot of guys in the offseason came back with a chip on their shoulder, more conditioned, ready to work.
How much time have you had, or do you have, Xavier, to really learn about Brazil, both from a work standpoint and obviously someone who's perhaps never been there before?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I knew about Brazil from Fast and Furious. Yeah, so I don't really know too much.
Well, what was that like? I mean, is that sort of the first thing that came into your mind when you realized that's the schedule?
Yeah, remember that part when he was like, "We're welcome to Brazil." Yeah. I don't know too much about it though.
Xavier, what stands out the biggest difference if you could backtrack to where you were on this day last year? They're formulating the roster. You'd never played an NFL game. Like, what do you feel differently right now?
I feel like just the aspect of knowing the playbook and knowing what I'm expected to do. So I feel like last year I didn't kind of know like what was going on or how things are gonna flow, and I kind of know the flow of things now around here. So it feels a lot more easier.
Kind of related to Jesse's question a bit, just when you guys are all on the field together, did you feel things like just opening up differently in the preseason with just a collection of you on the field than maybe there was last year?
Yeah, I feel like definitely for sure. I mean, in preseason, I don't know, it's a little bit different from year 2 and year 1. I feel like I was kind of more comfortable, so I feel like I was kind of moving a lot more faster early on. But I feel like it just all kind of clicked and everybody was working and moving how they were supposed to.
What is this day like in the locker room when you have some guys who are kind of waiting to find out if they're going to make the final 53-man roster or if they might be playing elsewhere this season?
I don't know. Everybody that I'm talking to, we still normal self, laughing, joking around. I mean, this is probably like one of the funniest rooms I've been around too, so it's just stayed normal.
Thanks, everybody.
After much speculation following a disappointing showing in Super Bowl 59, Kansas City Chiefs All-Pro tight end Travis Kelce made it official last week, announcing he would be returning for his 13th season in the NFL. The 35-year-old veteran discussed what ultimately went into deciding to come back on the latest episode of his New Heights podcast. His brother, Jason Kelce, kicked things off by getting straight to the point. "Why are you playing another season?" he asked. "Why are you going to go out there, risk injury, and make less money than you could make not playing football? Why are you doing this?" "That was kinda the one I had to juggle right there," the Chief star laughingly replied in reference to the "make less money" comment. Despite the laughter, there is plenty of weight behind the money factor. Travis has already appeared in 5 episodes of the television series, Grotesquerie, and will also be part of Adam Sandler's upcoming Happy Gilmore 2, all while hosting Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity on Amazon. Speaking of Amazon, let's not forget the Kelce brothers signed a 3-year, $100 million deal with the company for their podcast last August. With all of that taken into consideration, the decision to return came across relatively simple despite all of those dollars being made off the field, with likely more opportunities laying ahead. The biggest thing is that I, expletive, love playing the game of football. I love playing, Kelce explained. I still feel like I can play it at a high level, and possibly at a higher level than I did last year. I don't think it was my best outing. I let my guys down in a lot more moments than I helped them. I got a bad taste in my mouth on how I ended the year and how well I was playing. In the end, it was all about, or perhaps mostly about, football. For now. It's worth noting that the 2025 season will mark the final year of Kelce's contract with the Chiefs, making him an interesting free agent target if we're to decide to continue his NFL career. It's impossible to properly document the Kansas City Chiefs' past 2 NFL seasons without mentioning Taylor Swift, whose presence at games amid her romance with tight end Travis Kelce has propelled the team to new levels of fame since 2023. Luckily, ESPN's new docuseries The Kingdom, which chronicles the Chiefs' unsuccessful quest to win a 3rd consecutive Super Bowl in 2024, does just that. In an interview with People at the Sunday, August 24th, premiere of the 6-part project, the team's owner, Clark Hunt, confirmed that it definitely gives a fun, little peek into Travis' relationship with Taylor. There were definitely some elements of that where there were some new things that we learned, he continued on the red carpet. We all lived the experience of having her join the Chiefs' kingdom a couple of years ago, and hearing the recounting of her coming to that first game, really from her perspective, I thought was really unique. The first game Swift ever attended was the Chiefs vs. Chicago Bears matchup in September 2023, an event that set the still ongoing Tavies mania into motion. The singer is now a fixture at Kansas City home games, often cheering on her boyfriend from a box suite at Arrowhead Stadium. And while Swift was not present at the premiere of The Kingdom, Kelce and his parents, Donna and Ed, were. Also on the red carpet, the athlete's father gushed that his son's contagiously cheerful demeanor can be attributed to one person, Taylor. There's no question about it, Ed added at the event in Kansas City, noting that he thought Swift's recent cameo on Travis and Jason Kelce's New Heights podcast was awesome. They're two people obviously very much in love.